I'm Carol Danvers.
I'm Kamala Khan.
Welcome to CBR. The Marvels has been one of the most divisive Marvel projects in the last couple of years, but according to most CBR fans, the 2023 movie is actually underrated. Today, we'll get into why our community feels like The Marvels is better than its current reputation. The Marvels is a sequel to Captain Marvel that picks up after the events of WandaVision and Ms. Marvel. The Marvels tells the story of the spontaneous team-up between Carol Danvers, Kamala Khan, and Monica Rambeau. Despite all its great qualities, the movie disappointed fans in certain areas. For fans who hadn't watched the Disney Plus shows, for example, felt like Kamala and Monica weren't sufficiently developed in the Marvels. At the same time, fans thought it gave more insight into Carol Danvers, but wasn't as emotionally charged as her first movie. Fans expected more details on the superhero, as one commenter noted, "The first movie makes you want to know more about how Captain Marvel got her powers and ended up in space." Instead, The Marvels wasn't straightforward storytelling, especially for those who had not watched Captain Marvel, focusing more on the trio's chaotic team-up and so, unfortunately, sacrificing deep individual development. Another common complaint is Dar-Benn. The character is not as scary, powerful, and ambitious as previous MCU supervillains. Her fight for her home planet is relatable, but her actions and development didn't evoke any strong emotions in the audience, with one fan commenting they thought the character was plain and boring. Another commenter noted their only complaint about the Marvels was the forgettable villain. The Marvels may not have been universally loved by all MCU fans, but even its critics in our community agree that there are hidden gems in certain areas. Despite its mixed reception, it stands out for its innovative storytelling, action scenes, and exciting larger MCU developments. Each of the three protagonists brings their unique backgrounds and personalities to the film. The initial twist is that whenever Carol, Monica, or Kamala use their powers to a basic extent at the same time, they unintentionally switch places with one another. This happens regardless of where they are or what they are doing. And this recurring theme of such contrasting personalities inadvertently swapping places with one another is often hilarious. This has been a unique premise within the MCU, and fans appreciated watching the relationship between the three protagonists being formed through this event. Forced to adapt to the swapping, it brings seriousness and comedy in equal measures. Much more than a gimmick, it's a clever narrative device that strengthens the bond between Carol, Monica, and Kamala. As the three heroes are forced to coordinate their efforts, their understanding of one another grows. Kamala, the wide-eyed newcomer, has some of the funniest reactions to the swapping, especially when she's thrust into unfamiliar or dangerous situations. Meanwhile, Carol's experienced perspective provides a sharp contrast. Monica's role as the emotional core balances the two, as she also deals with the complexity of her relationship with Carol. The Marvels delivers the kind of high-octane action that fans have come to expect from MCU films, but adds some inventive twists. What makes the action in The Marvels stand out instantly is how cleverly the filmmakers incorporated the story's own narrative devices into the fight choreography throughout the movie. One fan noted that the unintentional swapping among the trio gave way for some fantastic, unique action. Fans have pointed out how this constant shifting leads to truly inventive fights, blending space battles and hand-to-hand combat. It also fits and symbolizes Kamala's charmingly awkward attempts to fight alongside seasoned heroes she idolizes, showing she is taking a shortcut there, quite literally. The fight choreography embodies how the three heroes are simultaneously solving a puzzle. In each battle, they have figured out more and more of the bigger picture and start predicting the outcomes of their actions, learning how to strategize around the event. From destroying Kamala's house to attempting at saving entire planets, the Marvels overcome the unexpected inconvenience and fight hard to stop Dar-Benn. A third aspect the CBR community appreciates in the Marvels is how it dives deep into the cultural and political ramifications of interplanetary wars in the MCU. The conflict between the Krees and the Skrulls has been a recurring element in previous MCU movies and shows. But the Marvels particularly examines the lingering and tragic impact of the MCU's space wars on alien societies, justifying decisions made on all sides. According to one user, the exploration of different planets and cultures led to fantastic world building. Although Dar-Benn was not a strong villain, her desire to save her people from the devastation caused by the fall of the Kree Empire was a direct consequence of Carol Danvers' destruction of the Supreme Intelligence. Dar-Benn is not an iconic supervillain on her own, but she represents the dark side within Carol Danvers and the bad things Captain Marvel is capable of, to the point of being dubbed the Annihilator. Despite emerging victorious at the end of Captain Marvel, the sequel defies the concept of a hero's victory within a multiverse made of constant conflict and suffering. Scenes in Aladna provide a vibrant contrast to the militaristic tones of both the Kree and Skrull, giving the audience a richer sense of what is out there in the universe beyond Earth. Last but not least, the tangents in which the movies goes in the end were also really divisive. The Marvels' main plot has a clear resolution, so the cliffhangers stick out after the resolution. But for some viewers, one of the most exciting elements of the Marvels is how it sets the stage for future MCU storylines in these unrelated cliffhangers towards the end, which involve the Young Avengers and the X-Men. In a final sequence, Kamala invites Kate Bishop to join a team of young heroes, which might also include Ant-Man's daughter, Cassie Lang, according to Kamala. Although Marvel hasn't announced a Young Avengers project yet, the scene signaled they are considering it, especially by making a fun nod to the iconic moment Iron Man assembled the Avengers, but also promises to introduce even more young characters into the MCU. In parallel, the mid-credits scene teases the introduction of mutants into the MCU. It reveals that Monica Rambeau was transported into another dimension when she closed the rip in space created by Dar-Benn to steal the Earth's sun. She wakes up to realize she is in an X-Men facility. She talks to Hank McCoy, the mutant known as the Beast, who is a beloved member of the X-Men. Even more surprising is Monica's encounter with Binary, someone who resembles her mother. Calling Binary Mom at first, Monica is shocked to realize that is not her mother in this strange reality. Binary is a Carol Danvers duplicate in the Captain Marvel comics. Apparently, she's associated with the X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Marvels may have divided fans, but it undeniably has several noteworthy strengths. While it may not meet all expectations set by the previous movie, the unique elements of the plot, the outstanding action, and the immersive world building have earned the appreciation of many viewers, particularly within the CBR community. The swapping mechanic that ties Carol, Monica, and Kamala together offers a fresh, entertaining twist, both narratively and in terms of action choreography. Is there any other reason why you think The Marvels is underrated? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, thanks for watching CBR.